molecule can be either polar or it will be non-polar. Okay, polar and non-polar. Now, if it is polar, then the IMF, it will be what? It will be dipole-dipole. Yes or no to me?
Yes, sir.
Is that right? And if it is non-polar, that means it will be what? The intermolecular force of attraction will be dispersion forces or London forces or London dispersion forces, whatever you want to say, right? All of these are same thing. Correct? Yes or not? Tell me, polar and non-polar.
Yes, sir.
Right. So basically, you have to first of all identify what is polar, what is non-polar, and then only you can move on. Chaliye. So the first one is hexane and octane. What do you think? What type of intermolecular force of attraction will be present between these two? दोनों क्या है यहाँ पे? Hexane and octane, these two are polar या non-polar?
Non-polar.
Then what will be the IMF? Hamza, Hiba, आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? Yes or no?
Dispersion forces.
Yeah, correct. Yes, Hamza and Hiba.
Yes, sir.
What about Hiba? Hiba, we have done these things in 11th standard also, right? States of matter, the first lecture, right? Hexane and octane both are non-polar. Achha, iodine and CCl4, both of these are what again? Polar, non-polar. This is the structure of I2. This is the structure of CCl4. Now, Akshay, what do you think? Polar or non-polar?
Non-polar.
Non-polar, very good. So again, non-polar, that means dispersion. London dispersion forces or dispersion forces. Here also it will be dispersion. Now look here, it is important. NaCl4 and water. So in water, we know it is water is what? Water is not. It is what? Polar. Water is polar. And NaCl4 will be present in the form of Na plus and ClO4 negative. Right? They will dissociate into Na plus and ClO4 negative. That means we will have an ion and we will have a dipole. That means the interaction will be between an ion and a dipole. Correct? So there will be an ion dipole attractive intermolecular force of attraction. Is this clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
अच्छा, methanol and acetone polar या non polar बताइए. Polar या non polar? Methanol is what? Polar या non polar? Methanol का जो structure होगा that will be CH3OH. And acetone is what? Acetone is C double bond O CH3. Correct है? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, so both of these are polar, right? There is a polarity here like this. There is a polarity here like this. That means the interaction will be dipole-dipole. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Again, we have acetonitrile, which is CH3Cl. So we can see there is a dipole moment like this. Nitrogen is more electronegative. Again, acetonitrile and acetone, both of these are polar. That means there will be a dipole-dipole interaction. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the next thing is about based on the solute-solvent interaction, arrange the following in order of their increasing solubility. That means solubility is the part here. Now, for solubility, there is a thumb rule. Like dissolves like. That means similar molecules dissolve similar molecules. It means polar dissolves. Polar dissolves what?
Polar.
Tell me. Polar. Very good. And non-polar dissolves? Non-polar. Clear है? Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, अब ये बताइए यहाँ पे बस आपको क्या करना है? N-octane आपका क्या है? What is N-octane? Solvent या solute? N-octane will be solvent or solute? Tell me.
Solute.
हाँ? क्या बताया? Question पढ़ के बताइए. Read the question. Tell me.
Solvent.
Any doubt?
So how?
What is the question? Read it, no? Read it loudly. Read it, no?
Based on solute-solvent interactions, arrange the following in order of increasing solubility in N-octane and explain.
क्या बोल रहा है? In?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
आ गया समझ में? Okay, thank you. So now we have N-octane. Okay, it is the solvent. And N-octane is what? Polar or non-polar? Tell me. एल्केन है तो क्या होगा,
Non-polar.
पोलर या नॉन पोलर। ठीक है, अब हम लोग फिर क्या करते हैं, देखते हैं। साइक्लोहेक्सेन, साइक्लोहेक्सेन इज व्हाट, पोलर नॉन पोलर?
Non-polar.
नॉन पोलर। ओके, देन KCl,
Polar.
Polar.
पोलर एंड दैट टू आयंस, यस और नो? करेक्ट।
Yes, sir.
पोलर तो
Yes.
एक चीज हो गई है ना, ये तो लाइक इट इज लाइक नेगेटिव एंड पॉजिटिव चार्जेस ही प्रेजेंट है यहाँ पे ना। पोलैरिटी तो लाइक इफ यू हैव पार्शियल चार्जेस देयर आर आयंस ओनली। आफ्टर दैट CH3OH, this will be
Polar.
polar. Very good. And in polar there will be hydrogen bonds, right? Correct, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
है ना? Then we have CH3Cl. This will be simple polar, correct?
Yes, sir.
है ना? अब ये बताइए, now what are fine, एक चीज तो आपको बिल्कुल समझ में आ रही होगी, that octane and cyclohexane they will be what, soluble या not soluble?
Soluble.
Soluble, right? Most soluble, correct, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Correct, है ना? So cyclohexane is our number one. Okay, after that, अब in all of these three you tell me which is the least polar, which is the least polar here?
KCl.
KCl is the least polar. KCl is the most polar, right? Negative and positive charges are present.
The
Okay.
CH3Cl.
CH3Cl because it is simple polar, right? Oxygen, hydrogen. Hydrogen bond is what? It is one of the extreme end of dipole moment. Hydrogen bond is also a dipole moment, but that dipole moment is so high that they have given another name. They have given another name. That is why next will be CH3Cl. After that there will be CH3OH. And उसके बाद तो प्योर पोलैरिटी जहां पे होती है, दैट इज KCl. So this will be the order of solubility. Is this clear, yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Chalo. So now we'll start our next chapter, that is haloalkane and haloarine. ठीक है, haloalkane and haloarine. Write a question first of all. I will like just take a little test on the knowledge of vocabulary that you have about the organic chemistry. ठीक है, write a question. चलो 4 हो गए, 5 होगा, 6 होगा, 7।
Sir, what is aliphatic?
अच्छा ठीक है, वही तो हम ये टेस्ट करना चाह रहे थे, इसमें से क्या क्या पता है आप लोग, क्या क्या नहीं पता है। ओके, आई विल टेल। ओके, so all of you are done writing? Yes or no? Please tell me. All of you wrote the question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What about others? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Hamza, Hiba, Atif, Aisha.
Yes, sir.
आयशा लिख लिया आपने? ठीक है, ओके। So number 1 is aliphatic, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, number 1 is aliphatic. Okay, fine.
So what
आतिफ
is
ने बस, हाँ बताएंगे 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 सब। अच्छा, is number 1 aromatic? Is number 1 aromatic?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. Is it saturated?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Is it unsaturated?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Is it primary? Is it primary?
No, sir.
Is it secondary?
Yes, sir.
एक ही बच्चा जवाब दे रहा है बस अभी, कृष्णा। ठीक है। Is it tertiary?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. ठीक है। Second one, is it aliphatic? Yes or no? Is it aliphatic? Second one.
Sir,
No.
can you tell what is aliphatic, sir?
अरे अभी आप डोंट नो बोल दो ना, ठीक है कृष्णा?
Okay, sir.
ठीक है, ये सवाल हो जाने दीजिए बस साथ, है ना, बता देंगे हम। Is it aromatic?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, बता ही देते हैं भाई। कृष्णा and अक्षय, they are getting aliphatic are alkane और cycloalkane। ठीक है, ओके कृष्णा?
Okay, sir.
Okay, long chain or it is ring वाला alkane, all of these are aliphatic। okay, now is it saturated? Second one, is it saturated?
No, sir.
Is it unsaturated?
Yes.
Okay, is it primary, secondary or tertiary?
No, sir.
Nothing, it is nothing। okay, very good। Third one, aliphatic, yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, it is not aromatic?
No,
No.
sir.
No. Saturated?
No.
No, sir.
Unsaturated?
Yes.
Yes.
Primary, secondary, tertiary में से कुछ है?
No, sir.
No। okay, fourth one, aliphatic?
Yes.
हाँ, बाकी हमजा क्या हुआ? हमजा, हिबा, आयशा। हमजा,
Yes, sir.
what? Yes sir, you have to answer with each and every question ना, ठीक है? okay हमजा?
Yes, sir.
okay, aliphatic, fourth one is aliphatic, yes ना? और हाँ,
Yes.
okay, is it aromatic, yes or no?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No. Is it saturated?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Saturated. Is it unsaturated?
No, sir.
No.
Primary, secondary or tertiary?
Primary.
Primary, very good। ठीक है, next, fifth one, aliphatic, aromatic। aliphatic है, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is it aromatic?
No.
Saturated?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
okay, primary, secondary, tertiary?
No.
Secondary, I think.
secondary है ना अक्षय? देखिए, this carbon is connected to 2 different carbon atom। हाँ अक्षय,
Yes, sir.
है ना? ठीक है, secondary। Okay. Sixth one, aliphatic,
No, sir.
No.
aromatic.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Sixth one is aromatic. Saturated,
No.
No, sir.
unsaturated,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
primary, secondary, tertiary.
Secondary.
सेकेंडरी बोल सकते हैं बट जनरली इसको नहीं बोला जाता है, ऐसे वाले मतलब जो बेंजीन में रहते हैं वी डोंट, कोई यूज नहीं है इसका प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी टर्शरी कह के, ठीक है.
Okay, sir.
ओके. सेवेंथ वन, एलिफैटिक, एलिफैटिक यस और नो,
No, sir.
No.
एरोमेटिक यस और नो,
No, sir.
No, sir.
सैचुरेटेड यस और नो,
No, sir.
No.
No.
अनसैचुरेटेड यस और नो,
Yes.
Yes. Sir.
Yes.
प्राइमरी सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी,
No, sir.
nothing. Okay, fine. Now all of you will tell me, is there anyone who does not understand any one of this?
Sir, can you explain the primary, secondary, tertiary, like what basis you are classifying them on?
Primary, secondary or tertiary, देखिए. First thing is that if you have any functional group or no, not functional, any substituent other than carbon, ठीक है. What do you have, Atif? Any substituent
Any
other than?
substituent other than carbon?
ठीक है. सबसे पहले बताइए वन में कुछ है ऐसा substituent, yes or no? Do we
Yes.
have any? Now this Br is connected to a carbon atom, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now this carbon is connected with how many carbon atoms?
Two.
Two. That means it will be what? Secondary. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Clear है आतिफ? Second में, do we have anything other than carbon and hydrogens?
No.
ठीक है, तो आगे बढ़ते हैं. इसमें प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी, टर्शरी कुछ नहीं होगा. Third one, do we have anything other than carbon and hydrogen?
No, sir.
No. Fourth में, do we have anything other than carbon and hydrogen?
Yes, sir.
What do we have? Fluorine. Then look at the carbon atom that is connected to fluorine. This carbon atom. Now this carbon atom is connected to how many carbons, Atif? This carbon,
One.
red one, one carbon. That means it is what? Primary. Clear है? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir. It's clear.
हाँ, अब ठीक है. फिफ्थ वाला क्या हो जाएगा बताइए? फिफ्थ वाला आतिफ. Fifth one will be secondary. Very good. Okay, fine. Okay, so we have some classification of haloalkane that I had to start with, है ना? उसी से हम start करते हैं generally chapter. We'll start with that only. Please write. Now, since you are okay with these these terminologies, then it will be easy for us, and we can go to nomenclature in a faster pace, है ना? First of all, we'll write aliphatic hydrocarbon. And in aliphatic hydrocarbon, if you exchange a hydrogen with a halogen, this X can be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, or iodine. है ना? If you do this exchange, then what you will be getting? You will be getting a haloalkane. We also call this alkyl halide. Okay. Examples will be, see, you have a methane which has 4 carbon atoms. You replace one hydrogen with a chlorine, Cl, and 3 hydrogens. Okay. Now this name haloalkane, it can be also used, and this template can be used in order to name simple haloalkenes also. Okay, simple alkyne halides, we can use this template. As you can see, haloalkene. So what is the halogen here? What is the halogen here?
Chlorine.
So if you want to if you want to say it as halo, you will say it as fluoro, right? Fluoro, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the alkene here? How many carbon is there? Tell me.
Methane.
Methane, right? It's chloromethane. Because so this template can be used for naming of simple haloalkanes also. Next is if you have CH3, CH2, CH3, and if you replace one of the hydrogens, that means you will let us replace the middle one, and then you will get CH3, CH, CH3, and in place of the hydrogen you have put Br. Okay, now this will be what alkane do we have? Bromo, how many? Propane, right? So it will be 2 bromo propane because bromo is in the second position. 2 bromo propane. Clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Now you can have aromatic hydrocarbons. Aromatic hydrocarbons, and if you replace one of the hydrogen with another halogen, then we will be getting haloarine, or we also say it as aryl halide. Aryl halide. You can write some examples. For example, you have, see, all of these carbon atoms, they will have hydrogens, right? C6H6. All the other hydrogens are intact. We have just replaced this one hydrogen with bromine. We will name this as halo. Again, the halo is bromo here, and arene, that is the benzene ring, so bromobenzene. Okay. Similarly, you can replace hydrogens with chlorine, so it will be chlorobenzene. These are simple cases. Is this clear, yes or no? Easy things.
Yes, sir.
Now write classification of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Okay. Now, the first classification is on the basis of number of halogen atom in a particular compound. Okay, so on the basis of, is right, on the basis in the middle, number of halogen atoms. Now, on the basis of number of halogen atoms, it is divided into 3 categories. If you have one halogen atom, then it is either named as, if you have haloalkene, it will be named as monohaloalkene. Or if you have a haloarine, it will be named as simply as monohaloarine. If you have 2 halogen atoms, then this will be named as what? Tell me. Dihaloalkane and dihaloarine. If you have 3 halogen atoms, then it will be named as trihaloalkane, and haloarenes will be named as trihaloarine. Okay. Sorry, these will be not named as dihaloarine or dihaloalkane. They are called dihaloalkanes or dihaloarine, monohaloarine, trihaloalkane, trihaloarine. ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आपके पास CH3Cl रहेगा तो आप इसको मोनोक्लोरो मीथेन बोलेंगे. नहीं, these are called, now this we will say this is a monohaloalkane. Okay, we'll say that this is a monohaloalkane. Classification की बात है, not about naming. This is not about naming. Is that clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Write a question. Following on the basis of number of halogen atoms. ठीक है, number of halogen atoms. Right, number 1. चलिए, प्लीज टेल मी नंबर 1. हिबा बताइए, हिबा नंबर 1. हिबा क्या होगा? सबसे पहले ये बताइए, मोनो, डाई या ट्राई?
मोनो.
मोनो. हैलो अल्कीन या हैलो अरीन?
हेलो एल्केन.
वेरी गुड. मोनो, हैलो अल्कीन. सेकंड वन टेल मी. अक्षय बताइए सेकंड वाला. मोनो, डाई, ट्राई?
Dihaloarine.
डाई, हैलो अरीन. वेरी गुड. थर्ड वन विल बी हमजा. बताइए हमजा. थर्ड वन
So trihaloarine.
ट्राई, हैलो
Arine.
अरीन. कहाँ जाना आपको? अरीना में जाना है क्या? बेंजीन रिंग है?
Sorry, sorry.
हाँ,
Sorry.
चश्मा लग गया क्या आपको? हाँ, ट्राई, हेलो.
Alkene, sir.
हाँ, कोई नहीं, बात कोई नहीं, ऐसा होता है. डोंट वरी, ऐसे ही बोल दिया, होता है. ठीक है, इसको मत लीजिएगा. फिफ्थ वन, फोर्थ वन बताइए कृष्णा. टेल मी कृष्णा.
Dihaloalkane.
डाई, हेलो
Alkane.
एल्कीन. ओके. फिफ्थ वन आतिफ. आतिफ, फिफ्थ वन इज डाई, ट्राई या मोनो?
Trihaloalkane.
वेरी गुड. ट्राई, हेलो एल्कीन. आयशा, सिक्स्थ वन, मोनो, डाई या ट्राई? यस आयशा. चैट में लिख दीजिए आप, मोनो, डाई या ट्राई? जल्दी कीजिए आयशा. ओके. ओह, आई हैव जस्ट गॉट स्लैश 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 स्लैश. आपका कीबोर्ड भी काम नहीं कर रहा, आपका माइक भी काम नहीं कर रहा, ऐसे कैसे चलेगा काम? आयशा, फास्ट. Change your device, Aisha. Okay, this will be mono, hello Areen. Aisha, please change your device. It will be very difficult for you to study in this manner. Okay. Now, the mono halo alkenes we have, these are now further classified into two different types. Okay. Before that, I will ask you a question. The question is, identify sp3, sp2 and sp carbon atoms in the following. Oh, okay, fine, no problem. Okay, Asha. So we have one question. Seven carbon, 8 carbon. You have to tell me sp3, sp2 या sp सबके बारे में. Okay, please start writing this. And then there is another question. Done? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Done, sir.
Done,
Done,
all
sir.
of you? Okay. Hamza, Hiba, Krishna, Akshay, and Atif, all of you, please turn your mic on. Fast. Hiba, Hamza. Tell me, the first one is?
sp3.
SP3.
Anyone who has different answer, please tell me now. Second one is?
SP2.
sp2.
हिबा आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. आतिफ आपकी भी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Third one is?
sp2.
Okay, now Akshay and Krishna will not answer. Fourth one? Akshay and Krishna will not answer. Hiba, tell me. Yes, Hiba. Hiba, fourth one? I can't hear you, Hiba. Please say loudly या फिर आप देखिए क्या हो रहा है. SP?
Yes, sir.
नहीं. थर्ड वाले का आंसर क्या था आपको बताइए. थर्ड वाले का. हिबा, टेल मी, थर्ड वाले का आंसर क्या था.
SP2.
फर्स्ट वाले का SP3 था. फर्स्ट वाले का क्या था.
SP3.
सेकंड वाले का.
SP2.
फोर्थ वाले का क्या है आपका आंसर बताइए फिर से। सब भूल गई है
sp2
ये लड़की सब भूल गई है। If you have carbon-carbon triple bond, if the carbon जिसका hybridization आप निकाल रहे हैं, if it has a triple bond, if it has any triple bond, a triple bond is there in that carbon, that means it is sp. If that carbon has a double bond, then it will be sp2. If the carbon only has a single bond, it will be sp3. If there is even one triple bond, sp. If there is even one double bond, sp2. If there is if there is only single bonds, then it will be sp3. Fourth वाले का आप बताइए हिबा. Only हिबा will answer, no one else. Yes, हिबा, tell me for the fourth one. क्या हो जाएगा आप बताइए.
sp3
Very good. Fifth one. Fifth one हिबा.
sp3
Sixth one.
sp3
Acha. One question is with Krishna. Krishna, can you hear Hiba's voice or is it low only for me?
No, sir, it's low.
It's very
It's
low.
very
Na?
feeble. Yes, sir.
Very feeble, very feeble. Huh? Hiba, please like try to speak on the mic or something. क्योंकि बहुत ही ज़्यादा हमको ना ऐसे तो कान में से गड़ा लेना पड़ रहा है अपना earphones. Okay. Seventh one, Hiba, tell me. Try to be loud, please.
sp
Very good. Eighth one.
sp
Very good. ठीक है. All of you have the same answer, yes or no? Hamza बताइए. आतिफ बताइए.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, fine. चलिए. Hiba, you also keep your mic on, please. है ना? You also keep your mic on. And all of you tell me, number one is
sp2.
sp2.
फिर हिबा का माइक ही नहीं ऑन हुआ. हिबा ऐसे कैसे चलेगा? बताइए क्या आंसर. Yes, हिबा, tell me. फर्स्ट कार्बन एटम. नहीं आई, आवाज ही नहीं आई हिबा, प्लीज. फर्स्ट कार्बन एटम. राइट इन द चैट इफ यू डोंट वांट टू आंसर प्लीज ना, लेकिन जल्दी कीजिए.
sp2
Very good. Second one, all of you please tell me. Second one.
sp2.
sp2
Third one.
sp3
sp3
Fourth one.
sp3
sp3
Fifth one.
sp3
sp3.
Sixth one is
sp2
sp2
sp2 ना. ठीक है, चलिए. Very good. Now, the monohaloalkenes, these are classified into two different categories. Monohaloalkenes. These are classified into two different categories. Okay. So one of the categories is in which you have the carbon and halogen atoms. Sorry, carbon and halogen bond will be there, but this carbon is sp3 carbon. Okay. And there is another case in which you will have carbon and halogen bonds, and this carbon will be an sp2 carbon atom. Clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes,
Is this clear? Okay. Now, the first classification in the case where you have sp3 carbon halogen bond is that of alkyl halides. Alkyl halides. Now, these alkyl halides can be further classified into Okay, what do we write alkyl halide as? We write it as Rx. Okay, this is how we signify them or we denote them, Rx. So this alkyl halide can be further classified into primary alkyl halide. Okay, now this primary alkyl halide, what is the identification? This primary alkyl halide, the carbon of CX bond will be connected to, so will be directly connected to CJ. Indirectly तो बहुत से connect होगा, will be directly connected to one carbon atom. For example, CH3, CH2, Cl, CH3, 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 CH2, Br. ठीक है? So both of these, ऐसा मत परेशान हो जाइए कि ये Br है, यहाँ पे you have 3 carbon atoms. No, the carbon atom that is directly connected to this halogen atom is further connected to only one carbon atom, है ना? Directly connected to only one carbon atom. Clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
What about others? Any doubt till here? No. Then there is secondary alkyl halide. Okay, so the carbon of CX bond is directly connected to 2 carbon atoms. Same things. Writing dot 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 dot. Directly connected to 2 carbon atoms. Example: CH3, CCH3, CH, and we have a Br here. Also right? CH3, CH2, CH3, chlorine. So both of these are examples of a carbon atom which has a halogen atom. So CX bond, that carbon atom is directly connected to 2 different carbon atoms. C part will be tertiary alkyl halides. These alkyl halides are what? Dot 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 dot, directly connected to C carbon atoms. Example: CH3C, CH3, CH3. There will be a, let us say, Br. These are like this: R carbon, some R dash, some R double dash. It can be same or different also, and some halogen. This is tertiary alkyl halide. Clear as सबको? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, another type of carbon atom which comes under this sp3CX bond is allylic halide. Is what it is. Second type is allylic halide. This is very important. Okay, allylic halide. What is allylic halide? In allylic halide, halogen atom is connected to sp3 carbon, which is further connected to sp2 carbon. Or you can also see that carbon of CX connected to carbon double bond carbon. Okay, so If I see the first line, how we can write halogen atom X connected to sp3 carbon CH2, further connected to sp2 carbon, that means C double bond C, that means CH double bond CH2. This will be an example for allylic halide. Is this clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Right, next. Another classification is benzylic halide. So by the way, one more thing. This carbon atom, it is known as allylic carbon. बेंजाइलिक हैलाइड के बारे में लिखिए. Halogen atom connected to sp3, because we are all of these are cases of what? sp3 CX bond, है ना? sp3 carbon atom which is further connected to benzene ring. What is connected to the benzene ring? Carbon या halogen? कौन connected है? Carbon. Very good. So we have halogen X which is connected to sp3 carbon atom CH2, sp3 carbon atom CH2, which is further connected to a benzene ring. ठीक है, इसमें इस तरह के भी एग्जांपल हो सकते हैं. F है, CH2 है, there is another CH3 here. ठीक है, so all of these will be example of benzylic halide only. Done? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Done, sir.
Done. अच्छा, अब बचा जो आपके पास sp2CX bond है ना, in which we have sp2CX bond. So there are two types. Number one is known as vinylic halide. ठीक है. What happens in vinylic halide? Halogen is directly connected to C double bond C. That means halogen is directly connected to C double bond C. C double bond C. That means, for example, you can write chlorine connected to CH double bond CH2. Chlorine connected to CH double bond CH CH3. All of these examples are what? Vinylic halide. Vinylic halide. Is this clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. अच्छा, यहाँ पे एक चीज आप ध्यान दीजिएगा. Vinylic halide में क्या होता है ना? You will have lone pairs here. Yes or not? Tell me. ठीक है, lone pairs होगा. अरे हाँ या ना बोलिए.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can you see a space A double bond B single bond C and C has a lone pair? It is a case of resonance. Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Right, and that is why what will happen, they can show resonance like this. ऐसे नहीं, ऐसे lone pair. हाँ ठीक है ना. So what we will see, so this will be chlorine double bond CH single bond CH2 negative. इससे क्या होगा? This bond will be having a partial double bond character. Clear? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
All of you clear? Yes or no? Hamza, Hiba, Atif,
Yes, sir.
है ना. So ये याद ध्यान रखिएगा, विनाइलिक हैलाइड में जो आपके पास कार्बन एंड हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स होते हैं, these are partial double bond. The CX bond has partial double bond character. तो इसको तोड़ना क्या हो जाएगा? मुश्किल हो जाएगा. ठीक है ना. ये सारी चीजें बाद में एप्लीकेशंस में आएंगी. दैट इज व्हाई दीस आर इंपॉर्टेंट. सेकंड इज द सेम कैटेगरी, दैट इज sp2CX bond is the aryl halide. Is what? It is the aryl halide. In this case, what is happening? the halogen atom is directly connected to benzene ring. Okay, it is directly connected to benzene ring. Examples में okay, so these type of examples can also be there. Again, you can see that CX bond has partial double bond character. Correct? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
So, copy your light. Let me know when you're done. तो एक एग्जांपल विनाइलिक में और आप लिख लीजिए. जनरली जो चीज दिखती नहीं है. It's cycloalkenes. It gets tricky जो दिखता नहीं जल्दी है ना. For example, देखिए डबल बॉन्ड यहाँ पे Br, डबल बॉन्ड यहाँ पे फ्लोरीन है ना. So these are also example of vinylic.
Sir, halogens can be placed anywhere in the benzene ring, right?
हाँ, anywhere. Done all of you? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
So what did we learn in classification? We learned that basic classification, the first classification that you can make is between haloalkane and haloarine. Haloalkane is coming from aliphatic hydrocarbon and haloalkane, haloarine. And इनमें क्या होते हैं आपके पास? All of in both of them we have what? We have mono, we have di, and we have tri, haloalkane and haloarine, both of them. And then we said that in mono we have a classification in which there are basically two types. एक type है आपके पास कौन सा? Where you have sp3 carbon and halogen bond, sp3 CX bond. Okay. Now in this we have three different categories. Number one is alkyl halide, which can have further classification such as 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree. अच्छा एक और होता है, that is methyl halide. Methyl halide 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree केस में नहीं आता. You have carbon and then you have halogen. यहाँ पे आपके पास hydrogen है बस. That means this carbon is connected to no other carbon atom. That is why it is known as methyl halide. ठीक है, you just write it here. Then you have another classification here only in sp3. What is the next one? Tell me. sp3 में दूसरा क्या है? AE से start होता है.
Allylic.
एलाइलिक को आप एलाइल हैलाइड भी बोल सकते हैं. ठीक है, एलाइलिक हैलाइड को भी आप क्या बोल सकते हैं? एलाइल हैलाइड. Now, what is allyl halide? It will be having halogen connected to sp3 carbon, which is further connected to sp2 carbon, है ना? C double bond C. BCH double bond CH2. Okay. Next we have one more, that is benzyl halide or benzyl halide. In this case, what do we have? A halogen atom that is connected to a SCH2 group, which is further connected to a benzene ring. Okay. These are the three classification. Then we have another classification that is of sp2 CX bond. Now, in both the cases here, the CX bond has partial double bond cut. Please याद रखिएगा इसको. ठीक है. Please remember this, okay? In this case, we have vinyl halide, which is halogen that is directly connected to C double bond C. Hydrogens लगा लीजिएगा अपने हिसाब से. Then we have benzyl halide, sorry, aryl halide. जिसमें आपके पास halogen जो लगा हुआ है that is directly connected to a benzene. Both the cases we have CX double bond. We have CX1 that has a partial double bond character. Okay, so this is a basic introduction and classification. सारा classification यहाँ पे हो गया, ठीक है? So if you remember this, then all of it is done. All of the classification is done. Mono, di, tri. Mono में आपके पास दो cases हैं, sp3CX या sp2CX. sp3CX में we have alkyl halide, which is further classified into 1, 2, 3 degree. Primary, secondary, and tertiary, and methyl halide. Allyl halide, halogen connected to sp3, which is further connected to sp2. Benzyl halide, halogen connected to sp3, which is further connected to benzene ring. In sp2 we have CX bond. Those CX bonds are partial double bond character. They have partial double bond character. Phenyl halide, which is X directly connected to a C double bond C, and aryl halide is X directly connected to benzene ring. Is this clear or no? Please tell me. Clear
Yes,
है
sir.
सबको?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Now we will move to nomenclature. We'll move to what? Nomenclature. Okay, so nomenclature, those who have done 11th standard with me, they will be having a different way of doing nomenclature than those who are studying with me for the first time. तो उन सबको बैलेंस में लाने के लिए I will start with one of the examples जो आपके NCERT में है, and I will show you the name and the different part of that name. ठीक है? So this is especially for the one who are new. This is a molecule. भले ही आपको नाम पता हो, लेकिन कुछ नई चीज पढ़ेंगे हम लोग यहाँ पे. This is the name that is given by NCERT only. Okay. चलिए. Now, now in each and every name, I can identify 4 parts. I can identify how many parts, Krishna?
4 parts.
There is E here, which comes under the part that is functional. ठीक है? नहीं समझ में आ रहा, अभी बस देखते रहिए. Functional group. Then there is En. This comes under the heading that I call as unsaturation. Then we have a parent, that is the pent here. We call this what? We call this parent. And then we have a group that is named as bromo. Bromo is what? Is my substituent. Now, each and every IUPAC name will have these 4 components. What are those 4 components? You will be having substituent, then you will be having a parent. इसी sequence में होगा बिल्कुल सब कुछ, ठीक है? In this sequence only, you will have a parent. Then you will be having unsaturation. We'll be talking about unsaturation. And at last, you will be talking about the functional group. लेकिन जो नामकरण होता है, the process of naming, it starts with functional group, then it goes to unsaturation, then it goes to parent, then it goes to substituent. ठीक है? Please याद रखिएगा. We never start with parent. ये जो पढ़ाया जाता है. How many of you are taught here to start with parent? Choose the longest chain. Start में choose the longest chain. अक्षय, कृष्णा, एकदम निकाल दीजिए. ठीक है? Longest chain वाला तो निकाल ही दीजिए बिल्कुल. It is कितनी बार हुआ है ना ऐसा? Please tell me is it true or not? Longest chain के लिए आप लोग गए फिर बीच में बोल दिया कि आपको नहीं फंक्शनल ग्रुप भी होना चाहिए उसमें, लॉन्गेस्ट
So,
चेन के लिए
like-
आपने चूज, हाँ
So like
हमजा,
we're studying now alkenes, so all
हाँ
told us the same. You have to choose the longest chain.
ये याद, ये एकदम बिल्कुल अपने
But
डिक्शनरी से
still,
हटा दीजिए।
I followed your rule, and I was the so among those who could answer it properly.
That exactly. If you will go to the longest chain, उसमें you will always get some one or other barrier. Longest chain, then they will be like, okay, no, you have to keep the double bond in the longest chain also, उसको भी देखना पड़ता है. Then you will get the longest chain, then say no, you have to also see the substituent सबसे ज्यादा होना चाहिए उसमें. अरे भाई जब longest chain है ही नहीं, longest chain is not the rule. ये जो IUPAC का the biggest harm that people have done is to tell about the longest chain. Longest chain is the least priority for us, ठीक है? Longest chain in our foot, ठीक है? Longest chain को एकदम बिल्कुल दिमाग से निकाल दीजिए. Now, functional group. See, the functional group can be, it can be what? It can be either oic acid. Akshay, Krishna, both of you know what is oic acid? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
ठीक है? Or you can end the name with O8. What is O8? You know? Yes or no? Tell me.
yes, sir.
It will be COOR, right? Easter. Or you can end this with amide. अब हम इसमें like I am skipping a few things here, but these are the ones which are very prominent and जो आपको बहुत हमेशा लगातार मिलते रहेंगे, ठीक है? So amide, it is what? CONH2, ठीक है? Next, nitrile, Cl, ठीक है? Nitrile के बाद we will remember Al. Al is aldehyde, it will be what? CHO. Then we have ONE, ketone. Ketone is shown as C double bond O, and इधर भी कोई कार्बन होगा, इधर भी कोई कार्बन होगा, ठीक है? After that, we will have OL, that is for alcohol, which is shown as OH group. And at last, we will have amine, that is NH2. कोई प्राइमरी कोई सेकेंडरी फंक्शनल ग्रुप याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है, बस इन्हीं को याद रखिए, ठीक है? ऑल ऑफ यू, यस और नो? कृष्णा, अक्षय खास तौर से,
Yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
And if you don't have any of this, ठीक है? If you don't have any of this, देखिए, I am again saying this is not an exhaustive list. See what I have missed here. I have missed here oil. I have missed here oil
Oil
halide,
halide.
right? Oil halide we have missed, right? What else we have missed here? Did we miss anything else? Thiol we have missed, ठीक है? Thiol होता है SH, वो miss किया हम लोगों ने,
So
because it
sulfuric
is
acid.
sulfonic acid we have missed. Sulfonic acid we have missed, that is after carboxylic acid, ठीक है? But these are, they don't even come in the, what I can say, उनके examples जो हमने miss किए ना, they will not less than be, they will be less than 5%, ठीक है? उन सब का NCERT में exercise होगा, that will be less than 5%. 95% of all the questions it will be solved by this. And if you don't have these, then what you will be naming, you will be saying if there is no functional group from the list, then you will be naming it as E. Clear है Krishna?
Yes, sir.
फिर yes or no? अक्षय clear है?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? अगर इनमें से कुछ नहीं हुआ, then we'll be naming it as E. Now let us come to unsaturation. In unsaturation, first of all, you will see, is there any double bond? If there is a double bond, then you will write En on unsaturation. If there is no double bond, then you will look at triple bond. If there is a triple bond, then you will be writing it as Yn. And if there is no double and no triple bond, then you will be writing it as An. If both are not there, then you will be writing as An. ठीक है? Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
कृष्णा क्या करेंगे सबसे पहले? What we will see?
Double bond.
If it is present, then we will write.
En.
And if there is a triple bond, then we will write.
Yn.
And if there is a single bond, then we will write.
An.
No. If there is no double, no triple, then we will write An. ठीक है? क्यों हम बता रहे? CH3, CH double bond, CH2. सिंगल बॉन्ड तो है यहाँ पे, लेकिन An तो नहीं लिख रहे ना? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? So if there is no double and no triple bond, then only we will write An. ठीक है? Then only we will write, या फिर इसको आप ऐसे बोल सकते हैं, if there are only single carbon carbon bond, single bond carbon carbon, then we'll write An. ठीक है? अच्छा, one more thing. If there are double and triple both are present, if double and triple both are present, then we will write it like this: ene, ine. पहले क्या लिखेंगे? डबल बॉन्ड, फिर ट्रिपल बॉन्ड, क्यों? अल्फाबेटिकल ऑर्डर, ई एन, ई कम्स फर्स्ट देन वाई, ई पहले आता है, वाई बाद में आता है, दैट इज वाई विल राइट E9 इफ बोथ आर प्रेजेंट, डबल बॉन्ड ट्रिपल बॉन्ड। ठीक है, यस और नो, टेल मी।
Yes, sir.
ठीक है,
Yes, sir.
इसको यहाँ पे ऐसे लिख लीजिएगा E9। ओके ना, पेरेंट, पेरेंट का तो आप लोगों को पता होगा, पेरेंट इफ यू विल हैव दी मेथ, एक कार्बन हुआ तो एथ, 2 कार्बन प्रॉप, 3 कार्बन ब्यूट, 4 कार्बन पेंट, या 5 कार्बन, राइट? एंड देन add cyclo if ring is present। ठीक है, yes or no, please tell me if
Yes,
there is
sir.
a ring।
Yes,
अच्छा,
sir.
one more thing, एक और चीज यहाँ पे प्लीज याद रखिएगा, whatever we are learning it is for non benzene। okay, benzene के अलावा सबके लिए, benzene के लिए we will have a different rule। is that fine, yes or no, please tell me। वो और आसान हो जाता है, benzene के लिए और आसान हो जाता है। ठीक है, अब substituent, तो substituent में आपके पास देखिए 3 कैटेगरी होंगी। there will be one category which is known as nitro, NO2 वाला। there will be another category which will be for, इसको नाइट्रो बोलते हैं। there will be another category which will be for we can say that it will be for alkoxy। alkoxy का होता है OR, अगर आपके पास ग्रुप लगा हुआ, ये आपका आएगा नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में, अल्कोहल फेनॉल ईथर में। अभी बस ऐसे लिख लीजिए, इसको ध्यान देने की जरूरत नहीं है, बहुत ही कम आता है ये भी, alkoxy। देन देयर इज अनदर केस जो हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है इस चैप्टर के लिए, दैट इज हैलो। ठीक है, हैलो में हमारे पास क्या होगा, फ्लोरो की स्पेलिंग क्या होती है, आई गेट कंफ्यूज, फ्लोरो, फ्लोरो, ब्रोमो, आयोडो, और एक जो सब्स्टिट्यूएंट में होता है दैट इज एल्काइन। ठीक है, दैट मींस इफ देयर इज अ मिथाइल ग्रुप प्रेजेंट तो मिथाइल होगा, इथाइल होगा, प्रोपाइल होगा, ब्यूटाइल होगा, पेंटाइल। ठीक है, यस और नो, प्लीज टेल मी।
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
चलिए, अब इसको इतना में ही आपका, अब जो बचा है दैट इज द चूजिंग ऑफ पेरेंट एंड नंबरिंग, दीज आर टू थिंग्स दैट इज प्रेजेंट, जिसके बारे में बात करना बाकी है कि पेरेंट को कैसे चूज करते हैं, एंड देन हाउ डू वी नंबर इट, है ना, हाउ डू वी नंबर द पेरेंट, हाउ डू वी नंबर द पेरेंट। ठीक है, दोनों चीज, दोनों बहुत ही ज्यादा सेम है। पेरेंट को चूज करने का तरीका, हाउ डू वी चूज द पेरेंट एंड हाउ डू वी नंबर द पेरेंट, बोथ आर वेरी सिमिलर। आर यू डन विद दिस, यस और नो, प्लीज टेल मी।
Yes, sir.
इज एवरीवन डन?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now write a note. The parent should be chosen such that the parent should be chosen such that it should contain functional group. It should contain functional group. If not, then double bond. If not, then triple bond. If not, then maximum number of substituent. If not, then the longest chain. ठीक है, प्लीज राइट दिस नोट। कृष्णा एंड अक्षय, समझ में आया कि नहीं आया ये नोट?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, first we will see that we will choose such a parent which is containing the functional group. If there is no functional group, then we will choose such a parent that is containing double bond. If there is no double bond in the compound, then we will choose that functional group which is have that parent that is having a triple bond. If that is also not present, then we will look at the maximum number of substituent that is attached in the parent. If that is also not present, then we will be choosing the longest chain. Like it is the end. Longest chain आखिरी में आता है बिल्कुल. ठीक है? So that is why we start with functional group. क्योंकि parent को choose करने के लिए functional group चाहिए. Parent को choose करने के लिए unsaturation चाहिए. That is why we start with functional group only. Okay? चलिए. So again take this example only. Krishna, tell me what is functional group here? Is there any functional group here? Krishna
Yes,
and
sir.
Akshay, what functional group is there?
No, sir. Substituent is there.
Is there any functional? Krishna, कौन सा functional group है?
Oh, sorry, sir. That was I mean,
There is no functional group.
yeah.
ठीक है, लिस्ट से कोई नहीं है ना, इनमें से है कोई?
No, sir.
है ना, देखिए functional group का reaction में जब हम लोग बात करेंगे तब the context will be different and functional group in the context of IUPAC nomenclature are only these. ठीक है कृष्णा, इतना तो हम लोग separate कर सकते हैं, yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir.
So is there any functional group here?
No, sir.
No. And how do we represent no functional group? By writing E, correct?
Yes.
Then tell me, is there, what is the unsaturation में बताइए, double bond है, triple bond है, single double bond है?
Yes,
Double
sir.
bond.
Double bond. What do we write for double bond? How do we represent?
En.
Yeah.
En. Well, then parent. Now parent की एक और चीज याद रखिए, it should be starting from terminal and ending at terminal. That means it will be starting from end carbon and it will end with end carbon. ये चीजें 12th क्लास में बहुत अजीब लग रही होंगी, but 11th में बताना जरूरी होता है. That we will start with this carbon. This is a terminal A. This is another terminal B. ठीक है? So there are no other terminals. That means we don't have any choice. We will take this as the parent. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No doubt till here.
No, sir.
No doubts ना? Okay, fine.
No, sir.
Great. एक चीज हमको ये देखना है यहाँ पे. Is my yellow? This is working. ठीक है. This is my parent. So parent has how many carbon?
5.
Count na? 5 carbons. यानी कि this will be pent. Now, one thing that you will remember about substituent. What is a substituent? Please write this. After identification of puff. Puff क्या है? Parent unsaturation functional group. After identification of puff, anything that remains is a substituent. Clear है? Krishna and Akshay, yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
What remains here? Only
Bromine.
Br remains, right? So the substituent is what? It is bromine, or rather I should write just Br.
Bromine.
And इसको represent करते हैं हम लोग ब्रोमो से. चलिए. अब now is the time for numbering. What is the time here? Numbering. So we will always remember that there are two terminal here, A terminal and B terminal, right? So number can either start from A terminal or the B terminal. Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right now, again, numbering has the same priority as the parent. Now you will start numbering from the terminal that is nearest to functional group. If not, then double bond. If not, then triple bond. If not, then the maximum number of substituent. ये clear है सबको? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
है ना? So where will we start? We will start the numbering from that terminal which is nearest to functional group. If not, then double bond. तो यहाँ पे बताइए A या B?
A.
A. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. तो ये ब्रोमो हमारा कौन से कार्बन पे आता है बताइए?
Fourth.
Fourth carb.
फोर्थ कार्बन। पेंट तो नहीं, डबल बॉन्ड में नंबरिंग करते हैं। डबल बॉन्ड इज कमिंग इन विच कार्बन?
Second.
Second.
सेकंड कार्बन, है ना? सो नाउ यू जस्ट नेम इट 4 ब्रोमो। ऐसे नीचे से ऊपर चले जाना है बस। पेंट 2 इन। And one more suggestion is that never try to guess the name by looking at the structure. Always do this, है ना? Always do this functional group unsaturation, parent and subsequent. Clear है? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
ठीक है? अब let us do one example. Uh, इसी सेम मॉलिक्यूल के ना काफी सारे एग्जांपल, मतलब सिमिलर मॉलिक्यूल काफी सारे एग्जांपल आपके एनसीईआरटी में है, एंड दोस आर मतलब गुड वंस। ये कीजिए आप, ठीक है? सो राइट द स्ट्रक्चर देन विल स्टार्ट, है ना? सेम फंक्शनल ग्रुप अनसैचुरेशन वगैरह से। आर यू गाइस ट्राइंग योरसेल्फ या फिर करें साथ में? कृष्णा, अक्षय, हमजा, हिबा, आतिफ,
What, sir?
शुड वी ट्राई हियर ऑन द बोर्ड, और आप लोग कर रहे हैं खुद से?
No, sir. We are doing.
डूइंग ना?
I'm doing my best.
ओके ओके, आई एम डूइंग। इफ यू गेट स्टक जस्ट लेट मी नो। हमजा, नंबरिंग देखिए आप, अनसैचुरेशन का नंबरिंग नहीं किया आपने शायद।
Sir, we should send in chat.
हाँ, इफ यू आर डन सेंड इन चैट, यू आर डन सेंड इन चैट। ठीक है, ठीक है। चलिए, सो आई थिंक दीज थिंग्स आर फाइन। नंबरिंग में आप लोगों को कुछ हो रहा है। फंक्शनल ग्रुप इज ई, अनसैचुरेशन विल बी EN, पेरेंट इज 1 2 3 4 5, सो इट इज पेंट। सब्स्टिट्यूएंट में आपका ब्रोमो है। हाँ, ओके। So now we have this as the parent. Right? Okay. So Krishna, tell me, where should I start from? A terminal or B terminal?
A, sir.
A na. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay. So bromo will be 4. Acha, we have one more, methyl. Anything that remains. So these are the two things which are remaining after the identification of puff. Methyl is in third and EN is in the second carbon, right? So now bromo and methyl. So alphabetically bromo comes first. So we will write 4 bromo. 3 methyl. Pent 2 ene. कृष्णा, आपने शायद ये नहीं लिखा था ना? What was your mistake? कुछ तो mistake था आपका।
Sir, I did bromo at the second, sir. I placed 3 methyl 4 bromo pent 2 in. I wrote that.
अच्छा, हाँ ठीक है, प्लेसमेंट आपका बस ये हो गया। ठीक ठीक ठीक। Everything else was correct. So understand, bromo is it is coming earlier. That is why it will be before methyl. Is everyone done? Yes or no? Please tell me. Done ना? सबका हो ही गया शायद।
Yes, sir.
Write another question. इस तरह के सवाल थोड़े से मुश्किल होते हैं। Okay, so this is in condensed formula. Now first of all you have to write this in a way that you can understand it. So how to write this? You have CH3, जहां पे भी ब्रैकेट्स है वहां पे आप ब्रांचिंग कीजिएगा, ठीक है? So CH3, then you have carbon. तो ये जो कार्बन है ना, जहां पे आपके पास you don't have any brackets, you'll write it as it is. इन सबको ऐसे ही लिख लीजिए, बिल्कुल सीधे सीधे लाइन। ओके, तो CH3, then you have C, then you have CH2, and then you have Br. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
और यहाँ पे क्या है आपके पास? C2H5 twice है, तो you have C2H5 here also and you have C2H5 here also, यानी कि CH3 CH2 है ऊपर नीचे। What do you have? You have CH2 CH3. यहाँ पे भी आपके पास क्या है? CH2 CH3, ठीक है? चलिए, स्ट्रक्चर तो बन गया। अब आप लोग कीजिए, इसको नाम दीजिए। Start with same things. Functional group, unsaturation, parent, substituent. चलिए, let me know when you are done writing the question. उसके बाद साथ में करेंगे इसको।
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Done? ठीक है। So functional group is E, right? Yes or no?
Yes,
हाँ।
sir.
Unsaturation, EN, YN, AN,
AN.
हाँ
AN.
क्या है? AN है ना?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
राइट, AN, ठीक है। अब आते हैं पेरेंट के लिए, तो सबसे पहले टर्मिनल डिसाइड करते हैं। So you have 1 A and B, और C यहाँ पे लिख सकते हैं, बट यू सी दैट B and C are same. Yes or no? B and C सेम है
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
है ना? तो A B आपके पास 2 हैं, और उसके बाद है आपके पास यहाँ पे एक C टर्मिनल। दिस टर्मिनल C इज आल्सो लास्ट कार्बन, राइट? इस कार्बन के बाद आगे कोई कार्बन नहीं है। सो नाउ टेल मी, वी हैव टू स्टार्ट विद व्हिच कार्बन एंड एंड विद व्हिच कार्बन? टेल मी, कैसे करेंगे?
CA,
The B.
C, उसके बाद
CA,
Ca वाला लेंगे। कितने कार्बन हो रहे हैं ऐसे?
3,
3 हो रहे हैं, राइट?
okay, 4,
The CB.
Cb वाला ले लेंगे, राइट? अब इस
Yes.
केस में हम लोग नाउ एज यू कैन सी we don't have any functional group, we don't have any double bond, we don't have any triple bond, we have substituent, वो हमने ले लिया। अब उसके बाद हम क्या कर रहे हैं, C से स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, B और C वाला, ठीक है? So B to C will be our parent. So 1 2 3 4, that means bute. But also can you see that 1 2 3 4 5 pent नहीं ले रहे हैं हम लोग? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
We are not taking the longest carbon. Are we taking the longest chain?
no, sir.
No.
No.
No. ठीक है, इस वजह से लॉन्गेस्ट चेन का दिमाग में नहीं रखना है, ठीक है? नाउ बी टू सी ब्यूट। नाउ अब यहाँ पे एक जस्ट वेट अ सेकंड, आई विल हैव टू चेंज द सेटिंग, आई थिंक लाइट ओनली, बिकॉज सॉरी अबाउट योर आईज बट हाईलाइटिंग वर्क्स हियर ओनली। सो बी आर को तो हमने नहीं चूज किया अभी तक, सो वी आर ओनली डन विद दिस मच पार्ट, है ना? अब बचा क्या क्या है, व्हाट आर रिमेनिंग? So Br is remaining. We have a ethyl group that is remaining, and we have a methyl group that is remaining. So substituent means we will be having bromo will be there, methyl will be there, and ethyl will be there. Correct? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Acha, where will we start numbering? B से या C से?
C,
So
C.
C से, है ना? Substituent 1, 2, 3, and 4. So B bromo is in the first position, methyl is in the second position, and ethyl is also in the second position. Clear है सबको? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
है ना? अब यहाँ पे बताइए किसको सबसे पहले लिखेंगे, ब्रोमो को, मिथाइल को, या इथाइल को? कृष्णा,
Bromo.
कृष्णा बताइए,
ब्रोमो।
कृष्णा, कृष्णा ब्रोमो।
Yes, sir.
सबसे पहले क्या हो जाएगा, 1 ब्रोमो, देन
Ethyl.
मिथाइल या इथाइल? इथाइल, 2 इथाइल, देन 2 मिथाइल, ब्यूटेन। क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
है ना? अब देखिए इसी को आप अगर डायरेक्ट नाम करना चाहते हैं, इतना बड़ा नाम एक बार में कैसे आता दिमाग में, है ना? सो इट इज वेरी गुड टू सेपरेट थिंग्स एंड देन ट्राई। ओके, चलिए, that is it for today. What did we learn? We learned about classification, and we learned basic introduction about the